Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're taking a look at the Eagle Creek Undercover RFID Hidden Pocket. This is part of their travel security line of products. Now, what is this thing? Basically, you unzip it, you put your main ID card inside along with one credit card and your debit/ATM card and perhaps one folded up bill from whichever country you're visiting at the time. You then zip this up, and it is advertised as RFID blocking. I know some people think that's a marketing gimmick. Some take it seriously. Well, no harm. And what you do is you take this very skinny attached nylon belt loop that's sewn over here, very skinny. You put your belt through here, and then you lift this up, fold it up, and tuck it inside your waistband. And now you have a hidden pocket for travel purposes. Guys, there will not be specs in the description box below. We're going to cover that right here in the video because there's really not much to cover. What you see is what you get. One very small zipper, lanyard pull. I seriously doubt it's a YKK zipper. Seriously doubt it, but it works. It gets the job done. So yeah, one zipper, RFID blocking. Here, 5 inches. Here, 3 inches. Obviously, not counting this. And this thing will set you back $22 buying it online. That is the average price as of the making of this video. And this thing is made in Indonesia. Now, Eagle Creek is well known among travelers, especially international flyers. Very well known. This is a company that has been around for more years than I can remember. And yes, I do own several Eagle Creek products going way back, 15, 20 years, maybe even further. So yeah, this is a very old company. They make a lot of travel gear. It's not a high-end company, and maybe some people will disagree with me. It's not a mid-tier company either. This is lower than that in terms of overall quality, and that's based on my personal experience having bought several different types of Eagle Creek products over the decades, not just years, decades. So more of a budget brand for international travelers. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you're someone who rarely flies, rarely travels, heck, outside of your city, let alone your state, let alone the country. Like, we're talking maybe someone who flies once every decade, if that, or the very rare occasional trip during your lifetime, international flights, that sort of thing. Okay, fair enough. But you're still going to need items that international travelers usually take with them. And if you don't fly that often at all, why spend a huge amount of money? So yes, if that describes you, Eagle Creek as a brand is definitely worth checking out. check out their products. Although I will say, for what you're getting here, yeah, $22. Ooh, that is definitely a bit overpriced for what you're getting. First of all, this nylon strap, I can understand why they made it thin. It has to be comfortable when you slip this inside your waistband after threading it through your belt. Just make sure that this portion, it's quite soft. I have no clue what it is because Eagle Creek does not disclose that. But this is quite soft, quite thin. Remember, flat items only. Only. It is quite soft. Again, very thin. Make sure this is what's sitting up against your body when you tuck it into your waistband. Not this portion with the exposed zipper. This portion here almost feels like silk. Almost. Almost. Obviously, it's not silk. Otherwise, this thing would be quite a bit more than just $22. But for what you get overall, I mean, the stitching is decent, but yeah, it's decent. That's the best way to describe it. So overall, what you're getting, no, I don't think this thing is worth $22. You're definitely going to be overpaying a bit if this is something you think will be useful for you as you're flying. But again, this strap is bothering me. First of all, there should be two, not one. Here and here, there should be two. Because if this starts to fray, and look at how thin it is. This is thin, it's soft. I understand why they did that, but they should have included two in case this starts to fray during your trip. You're not going to have this slip down your pants leg onto the floor. So yeah, Eagle Creek should have included two of these very thin, very soft nylon straps. They didn't. And as you can see, yeah, very thin, not a lot of stitching holding this in place. But okay, it does work. It does work. But yeah, there should be another one here just like it. There isn't one. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the specs, the price, where it's made. So yeah, no specs in the description box below today, guys. Sorry. When you do receive it, this comes attached on top. So you know exactly what it's called. You know it's RFID blocking. And on the back, there's not much information at all. Yeah, bit of English, foreign language info, where it's made, that's about it. In terms of materials used, nope. On the inside, again, when you get this, it's going to feel a bit rigid. Well, that's because they include this little card that says protect your identity, RFID blocking. Okay, yes, very nice. Lovely how they show a passport. You are not going to get your passport in this thing, but yeah, there's some information here. And again, some people think that RFID blocking is just, you know, a way to market things to the general public. Some people really don't like it. Others, they're like, hey, I won't even buy a regular wallet if it's not RFID blocking. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, this comes inside. And then when you look a bit closer, yeah, even on the fabric, which is quite stiff on the inside, RFID blocking. Okay, Eagle Creek, you've made your point. It's RFID blocking, very nice. But yeah, very soft, thin material here. Soft, thin material here that almost feels like silk. This almost feels like soft fleece. And yeah. Obviously, you're not going to fit your passport in here. But yeah, if you're traveling internationally, this can be useful. Now, what about if you're traveling maybe to a different state and the neighborhood you're going to is more than a bit sketchy? Yeah. Quite frankly, maybe attending a funeral of a relative who unfortunately caught a stray projectile. I mean, yeah, there are still places in America where that happens. So that's how it is. But okay, if you're thinking maybe this would be good for that type of travel, again, if you travel once in a rare while, yeah, you can take this with you, put that belt through the loop, tuck this up and over into your waistband, and you're good. Your ID is protected. Although, if you're going to do that, make sure to carry a throwaway wallet. I've covered that topic previously. This is usually a very thin, cheap wallet with a couple of worthless business cards in it and a folded up 20 or something like that, where if someone mugs you and they're like, hand over your wallet, well, you reach for your throwaway wallet and you hand them that. And they'll see the business cards, they'll see the money, they take off. Or if you're worried they might still commit violence against you, you take your throwaway wallet and you throw it away down the street as you yell screaming like a lunatic in the opposite direction. Yeah. Most thieves, they don't want the headache or the hassle chasing after a lunatic, and it's like, oh, he threw his wallet over here. Let me take a look what's inside. He'll see the worthless business cards, and then he'll see the cash, and hopefully he'll be satisfied with that. But yeah, so make sure to carry your throwaway wallet and maybe something like this instead of your regular wallet. But again, keep in mind, the thinness of this, you're not going to be packing it with a bunch of cards, because if you do, it's going to be very uncomfortable right up against the inside of your waist. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So once again, I'd say your main ID, such as your driver's license, one credit card, and your bank ATM/debit card, maybe one folded up $50 bill or $100 bill in case of emergencies, and just be very careful of your surroundings and who's lingering around if you have to reach inside your waistband for this wallet to take something out of it. But yeah, this is definitely not an EDC item. No, it's just going to be too much of a hassle constantly pulling this in and out of your waistband on a daily basis. And if you try, this flimsy nylon loop this is going to wear out so ridiculously quickly. No, this is not an EDC item. This is a good travel item, slightly overpriced, but a good travel item, especially for international travel, or if you're traveling to another state for vacation, maybe a funeral, maybe a wedding, maybe it's a happy event. There you go. And maybe it's in a sketchy part of America. Yeah, this is going to be useful for that. Not for EDC, but for international travel, travel across the country, absolutely. So this does get a conditional recommendation. Keep in mind the price, though. I mean, $22. Come on, this should not be a penny over $12. Quite frankly, yeah. But it is what it is. $22 if you want one. It does work as advertised. So again, a very conditional recommendation for the Eagle Creek Undercover RFID hidden pocket. You are getting what you pay for in terms of concept, and I do love the concept, but the execution could have definitely been better with better quality materials, especially for the price. But okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay safe out there. Unfortunately, yes, it is still dangerous. Take care. I'll see you soon.